So, should you buy the Huawei Watch 3 Pro or the GT3? That's the question I've received from most of you guys, and today I'm here to answer that question and tell y'all everything you need to know about these two smartwatches. Hi guys, this is Big Phil and welcome back to another video. This time, I'm going to be answering the most important question I've received this week. Should you buy the Huawei Watch 3 Pro or the GT3? Or which is better? Or which is the best value for your money? I'm here to tell you guys everything about these two smartwatches. But before I get into all the differences, first of all, let me first by saying the Huawei Watch 3 Pro is the most expensive smartwatch from Huawei. And the GT3 is like a mid-range. So comparing those two smartwatches, it might not look the best. I mean, it might not be the best comparison, but it's going to help most of you guys to decide if you should spend a little bit less money on a GT3 or spend more money and get the best of the best, which is the Watch 3 Pro. Now, without wasting much time, let's get directly into this video. And please, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on notification for a lot of good videos coming up on Big Phil TV. Let me start this video by talking about the design and the build quality of these two smartwatches. And in terms of the design, you can't go wrong buying any of these two smartwatches. They both look really good. They feel and look premium. Their design looks very similar because they both have the rotating crown, which is something we use to navigate the watch because it's the best thing about this watch, man. It prevents you from having too much fingerprint on the screen and smudges because with the rotating crown, you can do almost everything about navigating this watch. And they both have one side button, which you can customize for anything you want, which is great. So when it comes to the design, they're both very similar. But when it comes to the thickness and the size, the Huawei Watch 3 Pro is much bigger. It's huge, it's thick, it's chunky. I like it. I mean, most people out there like it because it's big. It's one of the biggest smartwatch right now out there. It's about 48 millimeter. I mean, the overall size is 48 millimeter. Even though the display is 46, we're going to talk more about the display later, but it's much bigger, much thicker. So if you're someone who does not like big, chunky watches, then the GT3 is what you should consider because the GT3 is 46 millimeter. It's much thinner. Even when it comes to the overall weight of these two smartwatches, the GT3 weighs 42 grams and the Watch 3 Pro weighs 46 grams. So the Watch 3 Pro is much bigger. I mean, it's not for everybody. And when it comes to the build quality, they're also very good builds. But the one that I consider the best is the Watch 3 Pro because it has a titanium build. And even though it's big, it's not too heavy. The GT3 is made of stainless steel, which is also a good material on a smartwatch. But if you love the best quality, the top, then the Watch 3 Pro has titanium build. And you can buy these two smartwatches in different colors. For the GT3, you can have it either in black or in stainless steel, which looks like silver. Or if you're going for the 42 millimeter of the GT3, you can have it either in black, in stainless steel, or gold, which the gold is the most expensive. We're going to talk more about the price later. For the Watch 3 Pro, you can have it in two colors, black, which is just the regular 3, or gray, which is the 3 Pro, which is the one I've been using for about 6 months now. It's one of the best. I love it so much because it's made of titanium, and the titanium looks like gray, so that's the color. And talking about the prices, the Huawei Watch 3 Pro is the most expensive smartwatch. As I just mentioned earlier in this video, it's the most expensive smartwatch from Huawei. I mean, one of the most expensive in the world right now on all smartwatches because it costs about $650 US if you're going for the base model, which is it comes with a leather band. But if you have to go with the titanium band, it's going to cost you about $700 US. So it's very expensive. And the main reason why it's very expensive is because the build quality, titanium. Everybody knows titanium is more expensive. The GT3 46 millimeter is the cheapest because you can have it about $350 or even $300 US depending on the strap that you're going for. If you're going for a silicone strap, that will cost you $300 US. But if you're going for a leather band or a stainless steel band, then the price goes up but it's still the cheapest. And the display of these two smartwatches are the same. They both have 1.43 inches, which is about 46 millimeter, and they're all OLED screen, which is great. Very bright, contrast, everything about these two. I mean, even the resolution is the same. 466 by 466. So they have the same resolution, the brightness, the contrast, everything on these two displays are just fantastic. So if you're buying these two smartwatches based on the display, you wouldn't go wrong buying any of them because they're all the same and they look so good. You're going to love them. I mean, on my opinion or on paper, the display of these two smartwatches are the best in the market because they have the highest resolution on all smartwatches. The Apple Watch is around 300 and something. Samsung Galaxy Watch also the same, around 360. But this one, 466. So in paper, they have the best display on all smartwatches. And when it comes to the performance, that's when there's a huge difference between these two smartwatches. The Huawei Watch 3 Pro has the best performance. That's because it has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. Yes, 16 GB, which means you can store a lot of music in your watch. And a good thing about the Huawei Watch 3 Pro is the fact that it has eSIM, which means with a 16 GB of RAM, you can store so many music in there. You can take your watch for a run. You can go out with your watch without needing your phone. You can keep your phone at home. You take just your watch for a run or for anything you want to do outdoor because it has a lot of storage and it has eSIM. The GT3 is not the best when it comes to the performance because it has just 32 megabytes of RAM and 4 GB of internal storage. For internal storage, 4 GB is not bad, but 32 megabytes, I don't know. These two smartwatches also have great battery life. You wouldn't go wrong buying any of these two smartwatches based on the battery life. The GT3 has up to 14 days of battery life on a typical usage. I mean, when I mean typical usage, it means normal brightness, normal usage of everything. But if you have to use it heavy usage, it can go up to 8 days on a single charge, which is still incredible. I mean, no other smartwatch in the market can do that. No other except Huawei smartwatches. For the Watch 3 Pro, the battery life can go up to 21 days on a single charge. But that's when you turn on the ultra long battery life mode, which I don't really like it because when you turn on ultra long battery life mode, there is a lot of limitation. So many apps just become absent. A lot of watch faces are just different. Everything there's so much limitation when it comes to ultra long battery life mode. But the battery life can go up to 21 days. And if you're using it on a normal and typical usage, it can go up to 5 days on a single charge, which is still incredible because no other smartwatch in the market can do that. None, except Huawei smartwatches. So you wouldn't go wrong buying any of these two smartwatches based on their battery life. Or if you're buying any of these two smartwatches for their health features, then you wouldn't go wrong buying any of them because they're both the same. They both have a whole day heart rate tracking, a blood oxygen feature, sleep tracking, temperature check, everything that you need on a smartwatch. All the health and fitness features are all available on these two smartwatches and they're both the same. Even when it comes to exercises, they both have about 100 plus different exercise or workout mode that you can choose from. So when it comes to the fitness features, they're both the same and they're very good and they're very accurate too because I've been using the Watch 3 Pro for about 5 to 6 months now. I've used it so many times in the gym and it's very accurate. It works so well. The step count is so accurate. As you move a step, it immediately counts. So trust me, when it comes to the fitness and health features, these two smartwatches, one of the best, top. For connectivity, they're also the same. That's because they both have Bluetooth 5.2, GPS, Wi-Fi, NFC for payment because you can use the Huawei wallet, which is a form of Google Pay or Samsung Pay, which I've never used it because it's now available only in China. But you can use the NFC to do different payment. You can use the NFC also to connect to other devices. So when it comes to connectivity, they're all the same. And these two smartwatches can be used on either Android devices or iOS devices, which means if you have an iPhone, which I do because I've used the Huawei Watch 3 Pro on my iPhone and on my Galaxy Z Flip, it works so well. no limitation. You don't have any limitation, even though they're all different smartphones and using different operating system, but all the features, everything is the same as someone using it on a Huawei smartphone. Yeah. And these two smartwatches are running on the Harmony OS, which is the newest operating system from Huawei. And right now, I'm not going to say the Harmony OS is bad or is good, but it's getting better. Because 6 months ago, when I bought my Huawei smartwatch, the Huawei Watch 3 Pro, Harmony OS was really poor. But right now, it is getting better. I've received about 3 updates, good big updates already. And I even made videos with those updates. I'm going to drop the link of those videos in the description below. You can check it out. A lot of features that were absent when I bought that watch are now available. So the Harmony OS on the Huawei smartwatches are getting better. And with time, it's going to be amazing. Because a lot of features, like for example, before, SMS, you could not reply SMS on the watch, but now it's possible. You can reply SMS on the watch. Before, you could not even transfer music onto the watch, but now you can do that. So a lot of features are coming. It's getting better. With time, it's going to be amazing, like the Samsung Tizen or the Apple Watch OS. So it's getting better. And other similar features between these two smartwatches include things like 5 ATM of water resistant, which means you can take them swimming. You can even go diving with these two smartwatches without having any issue. They also have speakers and microphones for you to make calls from them, but the GT3 is going to rely on your smartphone to make calls because you can only connect it through Bluetooth. But Watch 3 Pro has an eSIM, which means you can even take it out somewhere without needing your phone. You can make calls from them because it has eSIM. It's really good, man. That's a great feature for the Watch 3 Pro. And these two smartwatches have all the features. I mean, all the basic health and fitness features that you're going to need on a smartwatch. They both have it. But I'm going to end the video by saying, if you're looking for the top, the best of the best, a smartwatch with everything, the Watch 3 Pro is the best. The Watch 3 Pro is comparing with the Apple Watch Series 7, the Galaxy Watch 4, because those are the top flagship smartwatches. And the Huawei Watch 3 Pro is, in my opinion, one of the top. I love it. I've been using it for about 6 months now, and I can't go wrong buying it. Every time, if I have to pick between the GT3 and the 3 Pro, I will go with the 3 Pro, but it costs a lot of money. So it's going to be based on your budget. If you don't have 650 or even 700 US dollars to spend on a smartwatch, then I would advise you go to the GT3, because it has a lot of great features also, a lot of good things. It's a great smartwatch. The battery life is amazing, 14 days on a typical usage and 8 days on a heavy usage. So it is also a great smartwatch. I would recommend the GT3 because it is much cheaper, and not everybody have 650 US dollars or even 700 US dollar lying around to buy a smartwatch. Not everybody have that money. So a GT3 is a great smartwatch to consider. Yeah, and thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notification for more videos, more great videos coming up on Big Phil TV. Until then, see you to the next one. Peace.